down into turns 3 and 4. Set for the start, Shannon Carroll along the inside of Chuck Winters. The green flag is out and we're racing. Into turns 1 and 2, and Chuck Winters grabs a bunch of that rosin and heads down the back straightaway, and it looks like his car has superior traction for the moment. Dean Donahoe stepping out of line for the moment on the back straightaway there momentarily, causing a slight jam up, and the victim of that was Chuck Barnes in car number 70 as his car pulls to a stop down on the inside portion of the third turn area.
He's going to get it into the infield, though, so will remain under green flag racing. Well, you talk about Dean Donahoe going back with you. He didn't have much choice, as it was Metters on the inside, and Isaacs coming through on the outside, making it 3 wide out of turn number 2. Roland Isaacs just shot on through that field, now finds himself running in a 6th place position. Let's take a look at the top 5 here with 37 laps remaining. He's Chuck Winters down in front, Shannon Carroll in second, Joe Gibson Jr. in third, Larry Metters up in fourth, Bill Fuller Jr. in fifth, and he's getting a challenge for the number 4 of Roland Isaacs.
We'll have to watch Larry Metters as he's right now riding at 4th place. He's tonight's fastest qualifier. Boy, he takes a shot to the inside of Joe Williamson. They pull up side by side here on the front straightaway, and Metters is on the move, and he's on the move early. Out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway, side by side with Joe Williamson. That's the battle at 3rd place. Chuck Winters is way out front. He'll open it up to about 10 car lengths on the front straightaway over Shannon Carroll. Metters is up to 3rd now. Bill Kimmel Jr. rides up along the inside of Joe Williamson Sr. out of turn number 2, and he'll take over 4th.
Williamson continuing to drop back through the field. He finds himself down the outside of Roland Isaacs there, and they battle for 6th place. As we have seen all the trouble on the back straightaway, the number 72 Jack Paxton, Frank Williams getting together, the number 22 of Les Mote, but they get the cars back underway, so we'll remain under green flag racing, Frank.
Chuck Winters on the front straightaway, and the yellow flag comes out. It's for Mike Landhair in car number 07. His car stalling in turn number 2. With 33 laps remaining, car number 07, Mike Landhair, spinning over in turn number 2. And it doesn't look like he made any contact with the wall or any other cars. So again, his car spinning over in the second turn area and stalling. And that's the reason for the caution flag. After 7 laps of car 4 getting bunched up, set for the restart, and the green flag is back out.
Off the turns 1 and 2, it's Chuck Winters diving low, holding on to that inside groove. Shannon wants to challenge on the outside, but he's going to have to fight off Larry Metters as Larry dives underneath the Portland Recycling racing machine. In fact, it's going to be Larry Metters now taking over 2nd place away from Shannon Carroll.
No question about it. Larry Metters is about the fastest thing out there tonight. He was tonight's fastest qualifier, and he has diced through this field from his 7th position, starting position, to run at 2nd, and now looks to the inside of Chuck Winters. They're down in turns 1 and 2, and Larry Metters is looking for his 2nd feature event victory of the 1993 racing season. As they move down into turns 3 and 4, they're in single file, Dean Taylor.
And here they come out of turn number 4 to the start-finish line. It's the Golden Arches out in front, the number 8 of Chuck Winters running ahead. He's got Larry Metters right behind him. Bill Kimmel Jr. down there in 3rd, with Roland Isaacs holding on to 4th. Back in 5th place, it's Shannon Carroll finally coming to a rest. The number 11 of Joe Williamson Sr. there running at 6th, and a battle for 7th place right now between Keith Gardner and Buddy Fannin.
11 laps completed, and the field's in single file throughout the front 7 cars. A good side-by-side battle back around the 7th place position right now between Keith Gardner, who is on the outside of Buddy Fannin. They touch just a little bit down in turn number 4, and it's Gardner around the outside of Fannin once again as they move down into turns 1 and 2. Gardner's able to turn the corner on Fannin, and he'll nail down the 7th position. Down into turns 3 and 4, now Todd Robinson comes up to the outside of Buddy Fannin, and they'll battle for 8th place on the front straightaway. And they have Bill Johnson and the Billy Harris prepared Pontiac right behind them as they move back into turns 1 and 2. Here's a battle for 2nd now, and we have the number 69 of Bill Kimmel Jr. getting around the inside of Larry Metters. Like, who'da thunk it, Dean?
Exactly. Metters put up high that time into turn 3 and 4. That allowed Kimmel to get around underneath of him. Right now, Winters has got about a 8-car length lead over Bill Kimmel Jr., although Kimmel's going to start reeling him in. Metters settles in at 3rd. Roland Isaacs holding on patiently to 4th. Rounding out your top 5, number 60 is Shannon Carroll running back off the pace a little bit.
Well, I don't know what Larry Metters had going for him in the early part of this event. He was really picking up positions, but then all of a sudden it looked like it might have gone away for him, but not completely. He's still no worse than 3rd place right now. 3 abreast on the front straightaway, Todd Robinson, Buddy Fannin, and Bill Johnson, but they single file it out into turns 1 and 2. Collecting the next lap, car number 8, Chuck Winders, with 23 laps remaining in the event, is the race leader. Car number 69, Bill Kimmel Jr., about 6 car lengths behind at second. Larry Metters goes third. Roland Isaacs at fourth. Good run tonight for the rookie driver, Shannon Carroll, who runs at 5th place. 6th to car number 11, Joe Williamson. 7th to Keith Gardner. 8th to Todd Robinson. 9th to Buddy Fannin. And rounding out the top 10, Bill Johnson.
On back in the field, we find Ron Phillips running behind. Then it's the number 14, the new relationship. Ryan Ball, Rick Irwin, and Pete Donahoe after starting up high. He finds himself running back there in the lower portion of the top 15. There's 21 laps remaining, soon to be 20. Coming out of turn number 4 to the cross flags. Halfway home now for the number 8 of Chuck Winders.
20 laps down and 20 to go, and Chuck Winders looks for his second victory in the feature event competition since winning the Bluegrass 300 a few weeks ago here at Louisville Motor Speedway. Out of turn number 4, and the Golden Arches show the way out of the Dana Racing Stable. They're back into turns 1 and 2. Car number 69, Bill Kimmel Jr. in the right way grinding saw and tool. Martin Landscaping and Ohio Valley Tire Company Racing Chevrolet continues to run at second, while Larry Metters in the Outer Limits Amusement Center A1 Engineering and the Metal Center Recycling Racing Chevrolet continues to go at third. At 4th place, Roland Isaacs in the Apex Trailer Service Company Stouts Pick Pack and Phillips Electric Racing Chevrolet Camaro. And then it's car number 60, Shannon Carroll in the Portland Recycling Ford-powered Thunderbird out of turn number 4. 17 to go, Dean Taylor.
All right, thanks, Scott. As we continue on, Chuck Winders now going to start having to work his way through some slower traffic. As we've tried to guess before on several occasions, will this be a hindrance or will he be able to skillfully work his way through that slower traffic? In any event, it's going to allow people to possibly catch up as they continue on down the back straightaway into turn 3 and 4. Right now, Winders is in behind number 22, Les Vogt, and the number 41 of Richard Hampton. They both got this inside and outside group covered in front of him. A little bit of daylight opens up, and now Kimmel really closes the margin.
Okay, and it looks like Winders is around Richard Hampton, now set sail on Les Vogt, who battles to the outside of that very battered up looking Ford Thunderbird, got into trouble a little earlier in the event. And now he goes 1 lap down to Chuck Winders, Les Vogt, car number 22. Frank Kimmel follows Winders around the outside as they move down into turns 3 and 4. And Kimmel seems to be closing in on Winders, and it's a definite repeat of the show we saw 1 week ago with Winders and Kimmel battling for first and second, Dean.
Undoubtedly, as they head off down to turns 3 and 4, Kimmel has reeled in the number 8 of Chuck Winders across the start-finish line. There's now 12 laps left in this event. We see Metters working through that same traffic that Winders and Kimmel came through just a few moments ago. He's got the number 4 of Roland Isaacs in tow with him as they continue to work on through. On back in the field, we see the number 60 of Shannon Carroll. He has been caught by the number 11 of Joe Williams, and Keith Gardner is right there as well, so we may see a battle shaping up for 5th place.
Well, Shannon got a little loose that time out of turn number 4, glided up off the apron of the racetrack where he intended to run, and that opened up the inside for Joe Williamson to bring the Copiers Plus Racing Chevrolet to the inside of the Portland Recycling Ford. Now the Barley Ford Thunderbird of Keith Gardner is also following suit into turns 1 and 2, and he'll take over the number 6 position as they move down the back straightaway.
Into turn 3 and 4, Williamson out in front. Gardner gets tapped from behind by Robinson, but he does a terrific job of maintaining the handle. He'll hold on to that position. Into turn 3 and 4, here comes your leader, Chuck Winders. He's got Bill Kimmel just behind him, about a car length or so, as there's 8 laps left in this event. Larry Metters has found clean ground now as he runs solidly at 3rd. Roland Isaac still at 4th. And of course, your 5th place running car, the number 11 of Joe Williamson.
Car number 90, Rick Irwin, the last car on the lead lap right now as they move back into turns 1 and 2, and Chuck Winders is fast approaching Irwin as they move down the back straightaway. Winders ducks down to the inside of Irwin, pulling down into turns 3 and 4, and wisp away on the inside. Kimmel gets a little loose and loses a little momentum to Winders, and he'll fall behind by about 4 car lengths as they move back into turns 1 and 2. They're down the back straightaway. It's Chuck Winders, the race leader, into turns 3 and 4 by about 4 car lengths over Bill Kimmel Jr. They're out of turn 4.
It's very much like Winders may walk away with another belt. In fact, that should give him 2 easy wins on the season as he looks to pick up another victory after that big Bluegrass 300 win. He said that people were talking for about the next week and a half afterwards, and he definitely enjoyed being in the limelight. 4 laps remaining as they straight off through turns 1 and 2. It's Winters all over the track right now, holding on to that lead. Kimmel there at second. On back to Larry Metters, who's working his way through the field. We see that Roland Isaacs is on him. We may have a battle shaking up from third.
Yep, Larry Metters trying to get around Rick Irwin right now. Irwin wisely pulls to the outside to let the leaders pass by on the inside. Roland Isaacs chasing down Larry Metters as they move down into turns 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4 now with 2 laps remaining. It's car number 8, Chuck Winters, again by about 3 car lengths over the number 69 of Bill Kimmel Jr. as they move down the back straightaway. And then it's about a half straightaway back to Larry Metters, who is right now at 3rd place, but he's got Roland Isaacs right there on his back bumper. They're looking for the white flag this time around, and our race leader Chuck Winters moves into turns 1 and 2. Dean Taylor, bring them to the checkered.
Last time down the back straightaway, Winters skillfully glides his machine into turns 3 and 4. He's going to be coming out of the chute now looking for that checkered flag and give it to the McDonald Chevrolet. Chuck Winters picking up the victory.
By about 3 car lengths over Clarksville, Indiana's Bill Kimmel Jr. Across the line at 3rd, tonight's fastest qualifier, Larry Metters in car number 05. Finishing up at 3rd place, Roland Isaacs for 4th, and rounding out the top 5. 2nd place in the point standings, Joe Williamson. So that's the way they look here tonight as Joe Williamson gains some championship points on Keith Gardner by placing well ahead of him there in the feature event. Car number 8. Sponsored by McDonald's Restaurants as well as Auburndale Auto Parts and Machine, Kentucky Clutch Rebuilders. And car number 8 will go to victory lane once again here in 1993. Let's hear it for him, Chuck Winters.
So congratulations going out to Chuck.